That was a pretty short stream setup on my end, honestly. Or like it felt like that anyway. Okay, note of time. I owe you. Genuinely dual override getting announced is making me like I would say it's like making me want to lock in on Mega Man stuff, but like I already very much wanted to lock in on Mega Man stuff. It's like reaffirming that like I need to lock in on Mega Man stuff. Like this is genuinely just a play. Like if I can become like a Mega Man warlord by like dual override release, that might just be the blueprint. I best myself out. I thought going to the ladder would have been a bad idea, but then I realized that when I was already on the ladder, when it is like categorically a good idea to stay there. I think my goal for this session, now that it's my first, like, longer session that I've had in a while, I think my goal for it is gonna be, like, just straight up, like, distance runs. I don't really care as much about, like, Wily 4 consistency as much as I care about just either getting to Mega Man 2 Posse or ideally getting to Wily 6. I just messed up the strat there. Happens. Also, Dual Override coming out is like making me reassess what I want to do after I get BM 1.2. Because originally my goal was just like do a bunch of ROM hack no-hits, maybe like a fan game no-hit or two, in order to like prep myself for Minus Infinity. But now I kinda want to try and go for Classic Series Sweep. I already had Mega Man 1 and I got like a somewhat decent amount of progress on 2. How many segments did I have that in? It was like... I don't know what causes that minecart enemy to like disperse like that. Like, yeah, I had like I had a couple runs that got like 3 Robot Masters into Rockman 2, which isn't like anything on that game, but also I had like Wily 1 to Wily 5 refights, which is decent progress. Like, genuinely, that's just pretty solid progress. I don't know if it would have been able to finish because I forget if I think I might have made a mistake on like Blue Beam or something. So I wouldn't have been able to get the quick kill on Wily Machine 2, and if you can't get Wily Machine 2 quick kill, you just can't finish the run, basically. There's so many, like, tiny things that make Mega Man 2 not literally impossible. There's, like, the fact that you can kill that Sniper Joe with Atomic by just, like, sniping it with Atomic Fire in Wily 4, and also the fact that you can be, like, have an extra Crash Bomb left over on Wily 4, on Blue Beam, if you, like, shoot the one, shoot the one hitbox and also break the wall for the other hitbox. The fact that those are both possible is, like, there's definitely, like, multiple timelines where it's just physically impossible to no-hit Mega Man 2 because of those things. I did find out recently that it is theoretically possible to like, no damage kill that Sniper Joe without Atomic Fire, but it's like, it requires task precision. And someone did, but I kind of just forgot, someone did just flat out, like, do, like a speedrunner, flat out just did, no hit, fucking, yeah, I just flat out forgot that a speedrunner did, Wily Machine 2 no hit. Like, no quick kill. I should have taken a hit there. I played that horribly. Her greed sickens me. Okay, Wily 5 entry already. At 7:27. When you see it, when you fucking see it. A girl who fucking sees it. Thoughts? I'm still internally, like, very much freaking out about Dual Override. Like I said, it's good freaking out. Like, I just kind of can't believe that I'm actually going to be able to, like, try and close out a no-hit of a Mega Man game when it's, like, a new thing. I just hope that it doesn't come out when I have, like, uni finals or something, because I'm gonna be in uni when that game comes out. So if they drop it during, like, finals week, I am finished! If they drop it during finals week, my academic career is, like, torpedoed instantly. And I just have to pray that this Mega Man thing works out. Which, like, 99% chance it wouldn't, because I don't think enough people care about Mega Man for, like, any Mega Man creator to be able to make a living off it. Off, like, content creation. Unless Dual Override just grants, like, generational wealth to, like, every Mega Man fan or something, which I don't think it will. I can see it being best-selling game in the franchise, but I can't see it being, like... I can't see it, like, putting up, like, world numbers or anything. I needed to cross over there and I just didn't realize. So I need to update the thing. This is also a good simulation of what it's gonna be like actually doing attempts from later in the game. For Wily 5. Wily 5, I either get past it in my first 5 attempts or don't get past it until like attempt 20. There's no in between. They are calling me this. Stop doing that! Minecart, stop doing that. Anyway, Hypixel. I am Mega Man Duel Override Slop Cacophony. I was talking to the minecart enemy for doing the fucking weird ass. Like 2 things of residue that stay around. Sometimes I just realize that, like, for most of the people watching, this is basically just a light show stream. This will change in the future when I inspire a beautiful transgender woman to pick up Mega Man no-hits, and she will, like, drastically outpace me in skill. But she'll end up doing, like, fucking Yender Code no-hit or some shit. Progress has been, past couple streams have just kind of been, like, less focused on, like, raw trying to make progress and more just getting consistent. I'm still trying to get Wily 4 to end. My PB is still the room before the Flame Man fight, which is the, last fight of Wily 5 before Mega Man 2 Posse. My goal for this stream is to actually, like, try and get somewhere rather than just be consistent. But, like, I don't know how that's gonna work out. Yeah. I'm just saying nothing that's, like, immediately, like, visible beyond the flame run. You know how it is, Thanks for the good luck. I do think my mental for this grind and, like, giving myself grace, well, is it socially acceptable to go to bed at 10 PM on a Friday? No, you have to go to bed at 3:35 AM. It's legally binding. If you go to bed any earlier, they will kill you in real life. But, like, yeah, I think I've genuinely been really good on, like, That's like almost a LCD sound system reference, I think. Anyway, I think my mental has been, like, pretty good for this point of the grind. Like, it's too early to really tell how it's gonna shake out in attempts, but I've been, like, I've been able to have, like, a very healthy, like, mindset with this. Like, setting reasonable goals for, like, each session, and, like, just, like, having reasonable expectations and not getting too upset over anything. The one time I properly crashed out during this grind so far is over OBS just, like, randomly deciding it needed to disconnect for, like, 30 seconds. Without telling me why, and then my bitrate being, like, 0 kilobits per second, and I had to end stream. That is, like, the only proper crash out I've had. Beyond that, it's never gone beyond, like, a mild, what am I doing, dude? Why is it doing that so much? Yeah. How did I dodge that net pellet? How the fuck did I dodge that? Like, what is that? That's like GD hitboxes. That's genuinely just a fucking GD hitbox moment. Standing inside the pellets! Standing inside the pellets. I just said the version I had it to. Standing inside the spikes posting is like the funniest shit ever to me, even though it was like a year plus ago. Wait, what the fuck do you mean COTS verification is like probably a year old by now? Fuck me! Fuck me! Why was that a year ago? How has it been a year since Cave of the Scarlet Sky verification? That's just not allowed. Okay. Yeah, it's urgent. I didn't say shot, I just said they'll kill you in real life. I didn't specify the method. You could get shot, you could get stoned to death, could just be lethal injection, electric chair even, guillotine if they're feeling spicy. We are closer to the year 5000 than the year 2025, famously. Hard feather? Yeah, I think that's on the table too. I haven't, like, gone over the full list of methods that it can be, but they just, like, do a wheel of names for it. Just, like, a straight up, just, like, okay, let the wheel decide how this plays out. It would be so funny. That's reminded me of, like, I think the first, not, like, first Northern Line video ever I saw in general, but my first, like, the first time I saw something from a Northern Line stream was the one, like, Library of Literature video where he was, like, ranking execution methods and he getting increasingly concerned and sad. That was, like, my first librarian video. I think I saw that at, like, fucking, like, going on 3 years ago now. Crazy. Mushroom. Imagine getting, like, nicknamed the Mushroom. Like, what would have to go down for that to happen? Do you just have to be fucking built, like, what the fuck even has to happen for you to be, like, a real person to be nicknamed a Mushroom? That's just a very, like, funny thing to think about. Like, yeah, they call me the Mushroom. I'm not a fucking mushroom, dude! That's just not true. I'm not a mushroom. You are not! You are not fucking calling me mushroom from here on out. For what it's worth, when I was, like, really young, my family, like, used to call me, like, Turtle as a nickname. That's, like, the closest I'll get to being nicknamed Mushroom. I don't even know why they call me that. Yeah, that's cute. Mushroom isn't a cute nickname. Also, they haven't called me that in, like, probably a decade and a half now. This is reminded me that, like, my sister, like, re-nicknamed her Kiki for a while, and because of that, like, the only anime she's ever seen, like, ever is, like, she watched Kiki's Delivery Service as a kid, and that's, like, the only, like, anime thing she's ever seen, I'm pretty sure. Which, honestly, there's a lot worse to have be, like, your only exposure to anime. There is, like, infinitely many worse things that could be your only exposure to anime than Kiki's Delivery Service. She kind of high-rolled there. What is it called? There's a lot of anime. You're giving me no identifying details. The anime where they're in high school? That's like half the medium. Famously. I say that like American media is any different. I'm guessing. Oh, or in high school? I thought you were referring to like fucking High School DxD or like High School Cadet or one of those. Or on High School Host Club is like, that's also like there's a lot worse you could do than that. Like that's what you could like get away with, especially if like, especially in like the 2000s when it was like still the big thing. I haven't actually watched it. I probably should at some point. Kinda? Honestly, it's sillier now than it would have been, like, when it was, like, going. Like, when Orin High School Host Club was, like the one of the big anime, I could, like, see that being someone's only, like, thing they've seen. And, like, I wouldn't really bat an eye at it, because that's, like, a decent pick. Like I said, you can do a lot worse than that. I haven't actually, like, watched that much anime, but, like, the anime I do watch makes it look like I watch a lot of anime. You know what I mean? I'm like that with movies as well. I could imagine. That makes it sound like I'm one of those people. I'm not. I knew that was Yaoi from the jump. I kind of forget that show is real and not just the song that, like, the one Osu map where there's just, like, straight up, like, sliders that are just shaped like a, that are just straight up, like, shaped like a dick. That, like, got really popular, like, 2017, 2018 as a joke map. Like, the majority of the map, I'm pretty sure, is, like, normal, and that, or maybe there was, like, signs earlier, and then on the chorus it's just, yup. That's just there. I have a lot of, like, really funny blind spots with anime. That's the thing. I think I watched like one episode of Attack on Titan like a bajillion years ago. Yeah, Sam. Media consumption is hard. I was like, before I started like locking the fuck in on this, I was working my way through like Showa Rakugo Genroku Shinju. I was on, like, episodes... I got to, like, episode 8, I think? Like, I watched the first 7 episodes, and then I just put it on pause on episode 8, because all of my free time now is just Mega Man bullshit. Fucking, like, indomitable hyperfixation mode activate. But, like, the bit of Show a Rock ago that I did watch was, like, really, really good. And Season 2 I've heard is even better. So I do hope to finish it soon. I was gonna try and finish that before, like, oh my god, I forgot I had this on my, like, computer local files. I thought I only had this on my phone local files. I didn't realize I synced it. I have been, like, working through Breaking Bad since, like, the very end of 2022, very start of 2023. I was watching it with my dad, and, like, he's, like, seen it a bunch of times, and, like, we got to Season 4, we watched episode 1, and then we got mega sidetracked, and now we watch, like, 3 episodes of it a year, or some shit like that. Real. Sometimes you just gotta accept that you gotta, like, solo queue something. I had to do that with Umineko. I wanted to read it with my best friend, and then scheduling for it sucked. And then next year I tried reading it with my girlfriend, and, scheduling for it also sucks, so I just decided to bite the bullet and, like, do it on my own time. And I still haven't gotten past episode 1. There's 8 episodes, and they're all, like, 15 hours. It's not, like, failing to watch, like, 1 episode of a show repeatedly. It's, like, it's not a TV show, it's a visual novel. And there's, like, 8 episodes of it. And they, like, got released in, they got, like, released over time. But, like, it's been so far from the original release that everyone just kind of treats it as, like, a single entity now. This is, like, goodish, yeah. One where I'm like, I probably should, like, definitely lock in is, next fight in Wily 5 Gemini. Go is Wily 5 Blade. I think in full game attempts to the point where, like, if this was a GD level, I would say that, like, if this was, like, a GD level, I would be, like, putting go percentage at, like, Wily 4, probably. That's where, like, a full game run is, like, very, very much worth paying attention to. Really good round start, Red Walk. You don't really see that much. Justified, I can't lie. Okay. Wait, we are leaving it in 2026? So you're saying there's like a year left? You're saying we have like a year left? Oh, it's like leaving it behind in 2026. We are bringing Ta into 2026. Does any community besides the Osu community even do Ta? I know it was in Slad's chat, and it was really funny seeing people Ta in an Osu chat. Not in an Osu chat, in a Celeste chat instead of an Osu chat. It is an emote of a caterpillar smoking a cigarette, and it is like the Osu community equivalent of typing good luck. As of late. It's like the most locked-in caterpillar smoking a cigarette you've ever seen. What the fuck is that emote? Kevin Turtle? Who does this benefit? It's Kevin Turtle? Ah, I see, I see, I see. I don't even know, like, I don't even know why I decided to, like, incorporate Who Does This Benefit so quickly. I watched literally one Zane stream and started saying it. It's a good phrase, but usually it takes longer for stuff to, like, embed itself in my memory, to that extent. WE tank drop. Oh, nice. I just realized it's probably, like, a good thing that I don't have, like, a webcam right now, because, like, the water bottle on my desk right now is, like... It's, like, something from, like, a super, like, nearby hospital, like a merchandise thing, I guess. So, like, if I just had that, like, up to the camera, it would just, like, mega dox me. Water bottle that doxes me? I think I have two, actually. I think I have two water bottles that dox me. Because I have another one from, like, this trampoline place that's, like, I don't know, like 20, 30 minutes from my house. And it has, like, not the exact address, but it has, like, the general, like, location of the place. And it's, like, nearby my house, and it's not a super populated area at all. Beast mode, honestly. There was a thing in a friend server where I tried taking a photo of my posture, like in relation to my desk, and then like because the part of my desk was in there, there's like basically before this was my desk, basically it was just kind of like the family like computer desk, just generally. So like there's like a bunch of stuff from my dad, like, a bunch of stuff that he like liked keeping around on his desk before it just became my desk. And there's like a super old photo of me on it. So like I took the photo, I sent it in the friend group server, and then somebody like zoomed in on, somebody in that server like zoomed in on the old photo of me, and the response was just like, "Fucking young Sheldon?" And I was just like dying inside, because what do you mean? What do you mean? That's literally me when I was like 5! Or whatever. Or maybe like 7. Maybe 7. Somewhere like the 5 to 7 range. Hi, Ren. It was before I started wearing glasses, and I started wearing glasses in like 2nd grade, for reference. Hi, Ren. I'm not young Sheldon. I'm not young Sheldon. You want to know the worst part about that? You want to know the worst part about that? My grandma literally used to call me Sheldon when I was a kid, due to the whole autism nerd thing. That was the curse autistic nerds had to bear in the 2010s. Girl whose whole universe was in a hot, dense state. Could estrogen have changed Sheldon? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think I would fuck with T-Girl Sheldon Cooper, honestly. I don't think I would fuck with her personality. Recently, like, my dad's, like, just kind of, like, switching the TV, like, sometimes I'll just be doing homework, and my dad will, like, switch the TV channel to, T-Girl Sheldon would be insufferable? Exactly! I would, like, in theory, transgender nerd girl, so, like, plus, yeah, but it's also Sheldon Cooper, and transgender Sheldon Cooper sounds nightmarish. Yeah, exactly, who does this benefit? recently my dad's just been, like, leaving on, like, the local TV channel that just does Big Bang Theory reruns, and, like, while I'm doing homework sometimes, I'll just have it on in, like, the TV, in, like, the room where I'm doing homework. And I'm just like, huh. I guess people fucked with this show, huh? I didn't know it was like that. Just generally speaking. I do think people can get kind of weird about it, but it's just kind of like, huh. You know? People watch this. Shocked. You know? Girl who says the same thing like 2 times in a row, including ending it with you know both times. I don't really watch that many sitcoms is the thing. My dad showed me like a couple at my old house, the study where my computer was right next to the lounge room, and my family would watch it and I'd hear it. I think, yeah, I haven't really watched that many sitcoms. My dad, like, last year, my dad showed me a couple of, like, Seinfeld episodes, just because of, like, an inside joke. Like, he was just bringing up, basically what happened was, like, last year, my AP Gov teacher did, like, did a bit in, like, reference to, like, the Seinfeld Festivus episode. And then my dad showed me that, like, when we got home, and then he put on, like, another episode that was, like, an inside joke at his, like, with his work friends, and, like... They were, like, later episodes, too, but I was like, huh, I guess this does just kind of go crazy, huh? Yeah, they're, like, not shows for, like, actively watching. Before that, I think the last time I watched a sitcom was, like, we were in a hotel room at, like, 12 a.m., and we ordered pizza, and there was just an episode of The Office playing. I don't even remember anything from the episode we watched. It's one of those shows where, like, I'm not super, like, personally interested in it, but I just want to, like, watch it for, like, the cultural... just for, like, cultural knowledge. You know? I just want to see what it's all about. And also, it is, like, probably the most popular TV show ever set in Pennsylvania, so I kinda have to. Even though I'm not in, like, the Scranton area. Speaking of a sitcom set in PA, I've heard Abbott Elementary is good. I haven't seen anything of it, but I've just, like, I've heard it's generally good. Hi, Rev. I'd still say Office is, like, way bigger than Always Sunny among, like, the general population. Like, among, like, internet weirdos, I feel like Always Sunny has, like, more pull, but just, like, regular people, I feel like. Not like regular people don't watch Always Sunny, but, like, I think having Always Sunny, like, I think thinking Always Sunny is, like, more popular than The Office is kind of just, like, an internet weirdo thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. What other stuff is, like, set in PA that I can think of? I mean, Rocky, like, obviously, but, like, not just, not TV shows, just, like, movies, specifically. PA is, like, the biggest state that doesn't have anything special going on. I always say this. It's, like, the biggest normal state. All the other states with more people in them have, like, are, like, kind of their own entities. Pennsylvania is just, like, a macro, it's, like, just, like, a microcosm of the entire country. Shocked. No. I think PA is just like a better sequence of like words to refer to a place, I think. Like PA is just more aesthetically pleasing of a thing to say, I guess. Hi. That could have gone very sketchy very quickly if you did. Why? But do you have like another association with PA, or is it just that doesn't scan right? High-low. Okay, second. No, not second. I think this is. Is this second or third furthest? PA still stands for pause at you? Famously. They got Anthrocon here. That's actually W parallels. That's W parallels. Even though it's on like the other end of the state. Yeah, Anthrocon is in Pittsburgh. That's just a... I just psyched myself out. That wasn't not being locked in, I was just in like a weird position on the screen and I didn't know what to do. Good attempt though, good attempt. That's like second furthest on this segment. Maybe I should swap to the lock-in playlist considering this is like a good attempt session. My main association with Anthrocon is still the Andrew McCutcheon furries thing. The stat where, like, Andrew McCutcheon, when Anthrocon is playing, is, like, statistically be the best player of all time, uncontested, if he just played like that all the time. Like, every time he's, like, played in Pittsburgh for most of his career, and, like, every time Anthrocon happens, he just types furries. He just tweets furries. And then he, like, has, like, a massive, like, spike in performance for the next, like, couple days while it's going on. I still don't know how baseball has so much fucking insane lore relative to every other sport. Not that other sports don't have insane lore, but, like, even just recent baseball history is, like, completely fucking loaded with insane things. Like, more so than the other, North American sports, I feel like. And also, you have the advantage of it going back to, like, the 1800s. So there's just statistically more time for insane bullshit to happen. But even in, like, recent years, the insane bullshit rate still feels higher than other sports. I've only ever been to, like, minor league games, not even, like, significant minor league games, just, like, multiple, like, leagues, like, I think it was, like, a high A team? We just went there because it was, like, way cheap. My family used to go there a lot. Not a lot, but, like, once or twice a summer. Because it was just, like, a way to get out of the house, and, it was, like, a way, like, chiller, like, more low-key environment than just going to a Phillies game. Like, you're just kind of there to be there at a minor league game. especially if it's, like, not, like, a AAA game. I was in this, like, when I was a kid, I was in this, like, soccer camp thingy until I was, like, 7. And I was just, like, at that point, I was just kind of, like, over it. Like, I wasn't really fucking with it. And, I think, like, one day after I was like, yeah, I'm done with this, I realized that it was, like, specifically, like, a special needs thing. And I was like, huh. I guess that was what that was, huh? That makes a lot of sense in retrospect, because, like, we basically never had, like, a full-fledged game. It was always just, like, drills and whatnot. And I was like, are we gonna do that? Is that on the cards? And it just wasn't. And then I learned that, and it was like, And then I think pretty soon after that, I started doing Tug Sudo, which I did until, like... I did Tug Sudo until, like, 2 years ago, I think. Like, if I kept doing it, this year would have been my 10th-year anniversary. In July. I was, like, in consideration for a second-degree black belt, but I just had, like, a family obligation to attend to, and if you can't... It was, like... Basically, the way it worked was, like... You get put into consideration for testing for, black belt degree. And then there's, like, multiple rounds of qualifiers that you have to, like, go through in order to, like, make sure that you're actually, like, 100% going to test. And then on the first qualifier, I had, like, multiple obligations on the same day. I had a family obligation, and if I didn't have that family obligation, I would have had, like, a school obligation on that day. Or, like, a school extracurricular obligation, rather. So I wasn't able to attend even if I wanted to, and, if you can't make one of the qualifiers, you, like, non-negotiably aren't considered for that testing cycle. And the testing cycles are only, like... There's only, like, one of them every half year. So my goal... So I just, like, had to... I just had to hold that, essentially. Yeah, and then, like... I think my original plan was, like, do it until I'm in uni. My original plan was, like, do it until I'm, in uni. Like, it would, like, look like it would look on an application and whatnot. And then I decided I, like, didn't have my heart in it, so I would just go... By then, my goal was just, like, get second degree, like, do it for a little bit longer, and then just tap out. And then that happening, like, a month later, I just dropped it because I just didn't have that dog in me anymore. I just did not have that dog in me. It did teach me a lot, ultimately. Even though I'm, like, mega washed now. Head with a cricket bat? That sounds fucked up. Are they, like... Is cricket bat, like, comparable to baseball bat in terms of, like, potency as a weapon? Or is it, like, a notch below? Huh. I would say noted, but I'm in Pennsylvania, so, like, where the fuck would I get a cricket bat? They don't do that around here. There's not, like, a big enough South Asian population for that to, like, be a thing. Cricket seems interesting to learn about, but I just don't have the opportunity to, like, tap in because every single country that cares about cricket means, like watching games in those time zones would be mega ass o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It seems like more interesting to like learn about the history of rather than like actually watch on like a regular basis. Just by virtue of being like the second most popular sport in the world after football. Yeah, yeah. I think basketball might be coming for its lunch money, though, at some point. Though, it's like catching on a lot more in Europe, as of late. And also, like, parts of Asia. I have not heard about Handskate. Also, I had another point to make, but I forgot it. Though also, I think the main thing that's, like, giving, cricket the edge and, like, number 2 is just South Asia fucks with it heavy. So, like, that's a very big boost in, like, international popularity at the moment. Even if it's more, like, concentrated in the areas where people fuck with it. Like, I feel like basketball is, like, more countries fuck with it, but, like, the countries that fuck with cricket fuck with it harder than, like, the average non-American country fucks with basketball. Which kind of makes sense, just given the way that the games operate. Cricket just seems like a sport that, like, creates more diehards. Yeah, India being that big into it is, like, massively a boost. Speaking of sports that are, like, super popular in countries with huge populations, you want to know a sport that I really wish I could watch events of, but, like, time zones suck ass? Fucking ping pong, dude. Actually watching, like, high-level ping pong tournaments would be so cool, but, like, almost all of the majors are in, like, a fucking, like, half day's time zone difference. China basically, like, one man's ping pong. Or not, like, one man's, that's, like, being strong, but it's, like, massively more popular in China than any other country. And it's, like, their most popular sport, probably. Japan is, like, second biggest in Asia after China for it. But, like, China just kind of has a chokehold on it. I think there's some countries in Europe that also fuck with it, but, like, if you put the best players from the entirety of, like, the rest of the world and the best players from China and, like, force them to play against each other in, like a crew battle sort of thing, China, like, takes that handedly. I'm pretty sure, anyway. It's like Japan and Osu Taiko, basically. Okay, hold on. Let me read what Ren said about Handskate. Okay. So there's this method of cheating where you run the ball with sandpaper to, like, change the texture and size slightly and make it move through the air unpredictably, so it's hard to bat against. And one time in a big game, the Australian team captain got doing this. This would already be a huge deal, but as the umpire walked over to confront him about it, he fucking tried to stuff the sandpaper down his pants. Was he fucking stupid? As if he hadn't been caught tampering with it for a few years. I'm imagining, like, a baseball player doing, like, the equivalent of that, where they just, like, put like, the sticky shit on the ball, and then they just try and do that, but it's just, they just, like, shove it into their pants midway through. I just played that really bad. My Wily 5 is extremely good today, and my Wily 4 is just ass. Baseball pitcher who gets caught using a different material hat and so stuff down their pants. You're so smart. They should tap into this. Are you for material hats ban? I don't know. Oh, different material bat. Yeah, that's a different thing. There was like a controversy at the start of like last season where like the Yankees started like toying around with like a new bat design, basically, where it like redistributes where the big shit is. I'm like misremember. I'm just trying to remember what my dad told me about the story when like the season was starting, but like new bat design, thick parts are like in different areas than they are on normal bats. Big controversy. I think other teams started like fucking around with them, but like they didn't. What was it? I don't feel like looking this up. I'm just going off memory. I don't really follow baseball that much. Most of my baseball knowledge just comes from my dad rambling to me, honestly. Honestly, yeah, I don't blame you. Why am I getting the weird, like, the breed so often today? It's like never happened this much in a session. Like, what triggers that? Is it like weird shot timing? I thought it was like vertical positioning, but I don't think it's that. Has this song played on stream before? I mean, I'm not complaining, but like I swear I've talked about this like maybe being my favorite Tyler song at this point. What is your favorite song? Long Season live version, final answer. I would put it on right now, but it's like 40-something minutes. I might queue up my favorite song of all time that's not like 30+ minutes. Cause I feel like that's like easier to show to people. Of course it's 40 minutes long. What did you expect? Did you expect any different? Ellie, when the live album recorded in East Asia ends with a 30+ minute long song. There's like 3 separate cases of this that I'm thinking of, for the record. Yeah. You should get me in contact with your pretentious about music IRL. Give me— I know that guy has a Rate Your Music account. The only, like, identifying thing of evidence I have about this friend is, like... The only identifying piece of evidence I have about this friend is that he fucks with Godspeed You Black Emperor. Which kind of, like... kind of similar direction to what I do. But, like, I am lacking context. I demand context, hat. What material is your item in context hat made out of? The souls of those who were refused context. It is a monument to what happens when someone does not receive context. Funny thing about, like, starting to care about basketball is that, like, you listen to, like, rap songs that you used to listen to a lot, and you're like, wait, that's a real guy. That's a real guy he just invoked. That wasn't just a random name. Those spinny things that shoot the leads up shoot based on your position or based on you. They eventually, like, peter out after a certain point, but, shooting at them, it, like, decreases the speed they go at. And if you get it to shoot 6 times, you just, if you shoot it at 6 times, it basically stops moving forward entirely. And it just becomes, like, a vertical barrier. So that's what your goal is for that, Your goal for that attack is to shoot it 6 times as quickly as possible. But also you, because your shots, like, ding off of it, it's kind of awkward sometimes to, like, actually get all those shots off. Because when your shots ding off of an object like that, they have to actually fully despawn for you to be able to get new shots. So keeping your distance is, like, not a good idea against them because it makes it take longer for the, like, new shots to be able to come on the screen. Yeah, only 3 on the screen at the same time. Girl who acquires game knowledge. You're on, like, layer 2 of the Mega Man engine bullshit iceberg. Once you start being autistic enough to notice, like, the differences between turning around in, like, the Mega Man 4 and 5 engine and, like, in the Mega Man 6 engine, that's when it's over. That ain't, like, how your jump zero out. Those are the signs of someone with Giga Mega Man autism. Yeah, basically, hold on, let me see if I can explain this. In Mega Man 4 and 5, for some reason, when you turn around, I don't know what it is, but, like, maybe it has to do with, the tiptoe animation? That happens when you just, like, tap a direction, so that you don't instantly, so that you can, like, make micro adjustments. I think the tiptoe animation might have, I think in Mega Man 5 and 6, the tiptoe animation, not 5 and 6. In 4 and 5, I have a theory that, like, the tiptoe animation applies when you're trying to turn another direction. So you still have to wait out those 6 frames. Like, hold on, in, Mega Man 2, turning around is a lot smoother in this game. And then I'm gonna load up, like, a Mega Man 4 hack to show a difference. Like, just walk back and forth like that. Hold on, let me pause the timer. And now let me get, like, a Mega Man 4 hack. I'll just do Sparking here, just to prove a point. Okay. This is, like, mega autism bullshit, by the way, but, like... You see how it takes a while for him to turn around in this game? You see how, like, I'm turning around and then my shots are, like... I'm doing the same, like, timing as I do in, for a turnaround shot that I do in Mega Man 2, but... Because of the way that turning around in this game works, it shoots the wrong way. And my theory is that, okay, so basically... In Mega Man, there is this, like, tiptoe animation. Whereas you press a direction for, like, 6 frames or less, you get this animation, which allows you to, like, make micro positional adjustments. My theory is that for some reason in 4 and 5, they decide, like, some weird thing about turning around makes the tiptoe animation... Oh, that is what's happening. So the tiptoe animation in this game is, like, triggering when you try and turn around, basically. So you have to wait out that animation when you're turning around. Therefore, in these games, if you want to, like, do super efficient turnarounds without having to worry about shooting the wrong way, you have to, like, do, like, a tiny jump. So that doesn't, like, apply at all. Like, jump, turn the other direction, then shoot. Like that. Or just wait it out, but, like... But, like, yeah. This is, like, mega autistic about Mega Man stuff. Jump mid-tutorial, what happens? I think it's just... I'm not sure how... I think it just, like, maintains your, How does it feel? It feels. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Do you have jump squad in this game? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I don't think you have jump squat though. I do think that your like jump like immediately starts once the input gets processed. I could be wrong on that. Most of the information that I learned about Mega Man isn't even like about Mega Man engine stuff isn't even stuff that I like actively learned. I just intuited it from like playing the games and figuring out that like this is how the engine works. Like I was never taught. Sorry, what was the answer for jump squat? I'm pretty sure there's no jump squat. Hi, Rose. The thing crashed again. Editing software of crashing with a job. Famously. Rev's working on an editing project, and their DaVinci Resolve keeps crashing every 5 seconds because it is an editing software, and they are required to do that like 5 times an hour. I hate, yeah, watching stuff back in DaVinci Resolve is, like, really frustrating sometimes because, like, for me, the issue is that it's always micro-stuttering. Like, the visuals are always, like, micro-stuttering, I swear. As a programmer, I can confirm we add timers to intentionally crash apps. That shit looked like the Discord memory leak fix. Or, like, fix in massive quotes. There still is one, and the way they fixed it was, like... I think their, like, way of fixing it was, like... Past a certain level of, like, usage, it just auto-restarts the app. Like, that was their fix. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a fucking fix! You just did a new one! Side note, it's so funny how Discord advertises themselves on being, like, lightweight or whatever, and then, like, being lightweight, and then, like, every single thing ever is, like, yeah, close Discord, it is, like, nuking, it is, like, making it so much harder for your shit to fucking do anything because it is an Electron app. Why does Rick Ross say any of the things Rick Ross says on Rick Ross songs? Sometimes I just don't even think he's real. I'm convinced that he just, like, did the Devil in a New Dress verse, and then they just replaced him with, like, a body double after that. Rick Ross is the guy on Devil in a New Dress by Kanye West, and also the guy who coined BBL Drizzy, I'm pretty sure. Oh, you're like, I thought you were referencing it and just didn't know who Rick Ross was additionally. Like, you were just using that format to say, I don't know who Rick Ross is. Girl who says, oh, like a mix of Master P and Rick Ross. Is this anything? I should make that a going live notice at some point. Is King Von a sludge bit is like the funniest Discord DM I have ever and will ever receive. I don't think it's possible to make me laugh harder at a Discord message that I laughed at is King Von a sludge bit. Girl who didn't grab the ladder? Basically, sludge is just like the kind of comedy that Nepesta does, long story short. Sludge comedy is just like Nepesta style comedy. Where it's just complete fucking bullshit. I'm, like, pretty decent at sludge comedy, especially over text, I feel like. I think being friends with Aurora is, like, I think being friends with Aurora really helps. And, like, there's, like, I love how there's, like, meaningfully different ways to do it. Like, you can, like, read a sludge message and get a sense for who is, like, for, like, what person is, like, doing the sludge message. Like, without the, like, the handle attached. It's not like it just coalesces into one mass for everyone who does it. Like, me doing sludge doesn't look the same as, like, Aurora doing sludge, which doesn't look like the same as Nathan doing sludge. Which doesn't look the same as Becca doing sludge. Everyone just kind of brings their own lived experience into it. Like, for me, it's very, like, esoteric reference heavy, or, like, not even necessarily the reference is that esoteric, but it's like, I know no one in the audience is going to get this reference, and I am referencing something that, like, plays off of that a lot. Famously. What if this song was called the sludge track to my life? My liver will fail tonight? Ill-advised. Ill-advised. Oh, that'll do it as well. I am, like, very thankful that I basically only drink water, because if I didn't, my health would be, like, 5 times worse, probably. That is, like, my saving grace health-wise. If I drank soda on, like, a daily basis, I would be finished. I don't really, like, do, like, caffeine and stuff. I feel like I either would, like, I don't know what it would do to me. I feel like I might be the kind of person who just doesn't feel anything from caffeine, honestly. And also, I'm not, like, particularly interested in, like, coffee or energy drinks or anything like that. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunate, Rev. That really fucking sucks. I feel like the rest of my family is, like, coffee drinkers, and I'm just not. I haven't even had coffee, I just don't have any interest in trying because I don't think I would fuck with the taste. And, like, to make myself fuck with the taste, I feel like I would have to put, like, a bunch of, like, sugar into it or something. Like, cream, and I'm, like, not trying to do that with, like, something that I drink in the morning. Yeah, I feel like to make coffee palatable to me, I would have to, like, turn it into, like, fucking nightmare substance. And at that point, I would just rather, like, I'd rather just go with water or something. I have no skin in this game, I'll just let you continue to argue. This is good timing because I need to lock in on this fight. I don't think that's how drinks work. I don't think they call you the drink for this. Girl who thinks she is the drink when in reality she is not even the cup. Yeah, they call you the drink, Pixel. I remember sending the video for that to Jay at some point because I was like, I have this as a vocal stim, fuck me, and then I sent it to her, and then like a while later, and then like, not that long later, like a new DBFZ patch dropped, and there was like 2 tweets right next to each other where it was like, why is everyone calling Trunks the drink? And then the tweet below it is they call him the drink. And she was like, oh, I get what the fuck this means because of you now. Thank you. It's just a Dragon Ball fandom inside joke thing where they call Trunks the drink, in short. I don't even know why they call him the drink. The reason I have heard is that, oh, well, I need to shut up. Hi. 2 ring entries. Okay, hold on. Let me give context for the drink bit. To my knowledge, I think it's like, I'm not saying to my knowledge. Basically, I don't even know why they call him the drink. The only explanation I have heard is from the one edits where it's like Frieza is just like Mecha Frieza is just like, you think you're the drink, bitch? You're not even the cup! And he's just like that to Frieza. He's just like that to Trunks. And that still doesn't explain why, fucking, that still does not explain the reason for why, fucking Frieza. That still doesn't explain why he was called the drink in the first place. Or, like, why Frieza had to clear that up. That's just the only, like, explanation I've heard on the matter. Also, I can't see the ball right now. I'll check after this fight. Okay, that's good. For some reason, it was like, I don't know why, but its following thing was kind of broken. Like, it just did not work due to unknown factors. Anyway, this is tied PB. If I get past this room, it's PB. PB! looks really sketchy. Yeah, that was a really bad, positioning. I think I fucked something up with, Flame. I think I did a bad green or something. I think I had, like, a bad green fight. Or not a bad green fight, a bad, like, green pattern. Because what you want to do with that fight is you want to get him as close to the corner as possible because, yeah, he gets green jaundice. It's like, is it green jaundice if it's like a mid-green? I feel like green jaundice is reserved for, like, anywhere between, like, normal green and puke green. I feel like calling mid-green green jaundice is stolen valor. You know? But anyway, basically the way that fight works is like, what's that? Yeah, fair. The way that fight works is that the green attack, basically you can just control where he goes on the screen, but like, because of the way that movement in this game works, it's very hard, like you can only walk, basically. So it's very hard to do like normalized movement in this game. So basically after that attack, he's always gonna be at least somewhat in a slightly different position. And like, hold on. What was I gonna say after that? And with that attack specifically, you wanna, my way of, like, dealing with that is trying to walk him directly into this, like, trying to, go, like, directly into the corner. Let's see. Like, I try to go directly to the corner for that fight, so that, he's in more consistent of a starting position. But, like, if you're, like, slightly, depending on how far you can get into the corner, that's gonna affect, like, where he ends up after doing the green attack. And because of that, it's gonna lead to Pink starting in slightly different positions, which also leads to it ending in slightly different positions. The Flame Pillar attack is like a positioning reset. So ideally you want the Flame Pillar after green, so that he's in the more consistent starting position, because he always jumps to the same general area of the screen when he goes to do Flame Pillar. So that's more, like, you have more of a consistent, like, cue for when to go there. But obviously he's not always gonna do a Flame Pillar right after. Also, is this back-to-back? Is that back-to-back while the 4 passes? Oh, I need to update that. Maybe. Updates best today, but doesn't update the actual PB. Done. This is a reference to the fact that I cheated that run. That's W foreshadowing on my part. I started cheating in between getting the pre-flame entry and the actual flame entry. That's right, we're gonna cheat! Dude, I genuinely think that I yap so much during these streams that I give myself a headache. Clearly the answer is that when I'm, like, deep enough into my transition to feel comfortable, like... Clearly when I'm deep enough into my transition to, like, actually feel comfortable showing my face, I just make a huge fraud emote with my own face. Surely. That sounds very in character for you. Shut up. I'm just not used to, like, talking so consistently. For, like, such a prolonged period of time, like... You need a huge fraud and a jackass? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this. Wait, what if fucking Jackass was like a pre-transition photo of me? Like when all is said and done, it's just like a bad school, like it's just like a bad school photo. Can it be the young Sheldon photo? I'm like fine in that! I'm like fine in that photo! Also, in order to get like a photo of that, I have to. It's like in the same like general clump of photos as like photos of me from like after when I gained sentience, like where I actually have my glasses on and it's like closer to how I look now. So like that. I am, like, stupidly good at WoW 5 today. I don't get it. How many fucking blade entries is this? I'm cooking. Have you been updating the blade 5 entries counting? I have. This is, like, I think, the literal attempt after the PB is the thing. YD 5 starts when I kill base. When I kill, like, when the, like, after I kill the first boss in this segment. Not in this stage, but, like, when I kill the fucking, like, edgelord-looking guy. In the, stage before this. That was such a scary round start both sides. Oh, hi. Oh, hi again. Oh, hi. You give me so many low highs. Low high again? Did he literally only give me low highs that entire attempt? Did he ever do a single other pattern? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, I thought I was going crazy or something. Good luck. That shit looks like a Roka message. Wait, that reminds me, earlier today, like in my English class, somebody like admitted to reading it like a... What's it? I'm trying to think of the word. I'm trying to think of the word it was. Like he admitted to like reading a word as like a version of that word that doesn't exist but starts with goo, and I just thought that's the most Roka fucking thing I've ever heard from a cishet guy. We might just be back-to-back PBing. That's what I'm saying. Like, what is this? If it wasn't back-to-back, it was extremely close to back-to-back. That's a very bad position. Is what it is. I just played... That was a horrible grade on my part. He was way too far from the corner. Keeping composure with Flame is so hard. It is. Why they afford to end in full runs is gonna, like, nuke everyone's nerves. Yeah, the jump, like, heights are, like, the same every time. Basically, you just, like, he tries to jump to get to your general location. And, like, I play that fight in a way where, like, I try to leave the corner as little as possible to, like, simplify things. It's probably not strictly the best strat, but it's, like, I can't be fucked to figure out, like, a better one. And then using, like, the corner as, like, running the corner as, like, a point of reference for how far I should be, like... And then using, like, running the corner as a way of, like, making sure that, like, baiting where he's gonna end up is somewhat consistent. Like, minimizing the nuance. But, like, I knew I was dead there when I was, like, the second that I did that green. Like, the second he ended up on that, like, that far from the corner, I just knew that was, like, the end of the attempt. That fight is also evil because he regens health every time he goes pink. And he's invincible for the entirety of green, and you can't hit him for the majority of... You can't hit him for, like, the majority of, Flame Pillar because your shots ding off the Flame Pillars. Your main opportunities for damage are, like, shooting him during pink and, like, shooting him in between attacks. You can't really shoot him during attacks that well besides pink, which is one of the hardest attacks to shoot during in the game, and also the most important attack to shoot during in the game. Because it regens his health. Dude, all my friends on a deep attack would just fucking kill me. Does a bad pink just mean instant death? It doesn't mean instant death as much as it means this will be a very awkward attack to dodge. Just like the thing. I think this playlist is not good for your gameplay. Listen. Listen. It's good for my gameplay when there's, like, low stakes. It's good for my gameplay when there's low stakes. When I say on a run, I am implying, like, Wily 5 or later from the start of the game. And also, what if I just, like, lock the fuck in? Huh? Good walking in. That was a hypothetical. That wasn't referring to me actually playing the game. I'm officially in med. You're gonna have to stay there for a solid couple hours, girly pop. But, like, yeah, good night. Speaking of bed, I genuinely think that Dual Override getting announced nuked, like, delayed me going to sleep by, like, an hour and a half last night. It was so fucking bad. I was like running through the consequences. I was gonna be in bed before 11:30, and I didn't go to sleep until like fucking 12:45 a.m. Were you just like hype? Yeah. Not just hype because like, oh my god, new Mega Man game, but also hype because this could literally change the trajectory of my life if I played my cards right. Like, depending on how the next year or so of streaming plays out, that could literally just like... I could literally just like never be the same after Dual Override comes out. It could literally be an LE viewership stimulus program. You ever think about how small things affect the trajectory of my life? All the fucking time. I literally met... I've told this story like a couple times, but like I met my fucking girlfriend. I literally met her through like... We were both in a Discord server for this random like 13-year-old rant-tuber like 7 years ago. That server got raided while the only guy with mod perms got on... That server got raided while the only guy that had mod perms was on vacation, and we like DM'd each other to be like, what do we do about this? When we were like stupid kids, and now we're in a relationship. It's fucking crazy how that plays out. It's so unserious that that's how we met. Yeah, literally if that one mod, like, just... If he gave... No, literally if he gave mod perms to anyone else, we might not have, like... Literally my life is, like, permanently changes if anyone else in that, like, server had mod perms. I mean, the server was only, like, 100-something people, so we probably would have started talking eventually, but we wouldn't have had, like, a reason to DM each other, and I doubt we would have because we were both stupid, socially awkward kids back then. And also, the only reason I started talking with my closest friend is because we were both in, like, a Discord server for, like, a Roblox lobby thing, and, like, out of the blue, he just DM'd me to be like, I mentioned playing Osimania, and he also plays Osimania, and he was like, just DM'd me to be like, yo, Osimania player, and now we have, like, several 100,000 DMs to one another in, like, 5 years. Well, like, we technically talked before then because he was, like, the single most active person in that entire server at that time, but, like, that was, like, one conversation because we were both working on, like, a stupid project in 2019 together. Oh, yeah, the fucking Supercup card thing. My first, like, proper, like, friendship interaction with Jay, I think, was, I'm pretty sure my first, like, proper, like, friendship interaction with Jay was sending her a screenshot of a Spotify song called Two Girls Kissing by a band that got on my Discover Weekly. That was one of our first, like, proper conversations. I think our first actual, like, DM conversation was just about stupid Wikipedia bullshit. Like, I was just telling her about Cebuano Wikipedia. And I think what happened there was, like, I sent her... I was, like, playing some, like, language GeoGuessr equivalents. And, like, I got a language that I was, like, entirely certain was Dutch. It turned out to be Afrikaans, but that website works on, like, the points for that website, it's, like, distance from the country in question. So even though Afrikaans is literally, like, a direct descendant of Dutch, I got 0 points from it because of how far South Africa is from the Netherlands. Even though I was basically right on the money. Yeah, that's just not how it fucking works. If you do it like that, you have to do it, like, based on, like, language families or something for it to, like, make any sense at all. Also, there was this really, like, goofy, like, audio clip I got when I was playing it, where it was, like... It was in Cebuano, and then it was like, there was random, just like, cartoon, like, spring sound effects spliced through it. So just like a normal sentence, and then just like, boing, like, randomly. It was, I just like burst out laughing. I wonder if I still have the clip, actually. I'll see if I still have the clip, give me a second. It was genuinely the funniest, like, the funniest thing ever. Also, you're gonna get to hear my voice from like 2 years ago. Hold on, I'm gonna... Okay, I downloaded the video, I'm gonna swap scenes. Desktop, no, that's one capture, okay. Hold on. It's desktop capture, so just go to... Okay, this is the clip in question, including my reaction to it. What is that? What is that? What do you mean? It was my fucking... Oh, my desktop audio wasn't capturing. I'm stupid. Hold on, let me play it again. Girl whose desktop audio wasn't playing. Okay, hold on, let me swap something again. I'm a stupid idiot. Okay, mute. Girl whose audio doesn't record? I know. Okay, hold on, let me get it. Oh, I need to fucking reopen the goddamn thing, and I don't want to show my downloads file folder on stream because it is a fucking mess. Okay, hold on. Let me just... What is that? Why does it do that? Why does it start and end like that? Who does this benefit? Who does this benefit? Fundamentally unserious. Like, what are you doing? Girl who records versus girl who doesn't record. That shit just like the stupidest thing ever. Also, I need to get my overlay back up. Okay. I don't feel like listening to Clara right now. Let's pop something else. Sure, let's just put on some Action Bronson. Die. That reminds me of like the opposite of that happening to me. I tried to type like the blown mind emoji, like the one where like the head is exploding. So I tried to type blown into my phone, but I typed a J instead of an N, and like the first autofill thing was like blowjob. So I almost just typed that like word directly into a Twitch chat by accident instead of the blown mind emoji. This was like, God, I was so fucking stupid. It didn't even show up! You have to type in, like, exploding head for it to show up in the autofill. Like, if you type, like, blown or mind blown, it just doesn't show up. You need to type, like, exploding. I don't know why. That is just a mind blown emoji. That is what his name is. Yeah, they're just gatekeeping it. They're just gatekeeping that emoji. "30 hours of practice." That shit looked like the Kanye West song. True. Girl who drives 30 hours. or whatever that song is. I don't remember, like, 80... I don't remember, like... Oh, I don't have the, I need to rechange the... No, that's the wrong thing. They're both just called Spotify on my end. Like, the EXEs for both are just called Spotify. Yeah, the big list is just the name of my main playlist. That is the playlist that I have on right now. It is like 2,000 something songs long. I think it has earned its name. I have another, like, 1,500 something song playlist that's just called the Other Big List, for the record. It used to have a real name, but it, like, evolved past its real name, and now it's just the Other Big List. They're basically just, like, doing, like, your entire, like, liked songs playlist. Like, your entire, like, liked song that they're, like, putting it on shuffle. It's basically just that, but with, like... But, like, it's only songs that I would actually want to hear on, like, a regular basis, instead of songs where, like, I respect them, but I don't want to listen to them repeatedly. Like, I'm not trying to hear the Garo Gary Gay 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 self-titled on, like, a playlist. I'm not trying to get my ears blown out like that. As good as that song is. That's real. When I was making the top 100 songs video, I came to the realization that I have like 50 top 25 songs of all time. And it's kinda like evil. Like, there's stuff that didn't even crack the top 25 that I thought would be, like, a lock for the top 20 before I made the list. This playlist is, like, a majorly clusterfuck, honestly. You can tell because it has Action Bronson and... I forget the name of... I forget the name of the artist, but it's the band that did Milo Goes to College. Yeah, it's just, I just did it as, like a mental exercise thing, and, like, it gets outdated within, like, a couple months anyway, all the time. I do it every, like, 500, or every time I have I think I'm gonna do it every time I hit, like, a new, like, 500 rating milestone on RYM. Like, I made the first one to commemorate hitting 500 RYM rates, and I'll do the next one to commemorate hitting, like, 1,000, probably. And I'm at, like, 601 right now, I think? I hit 600 fairly recently. It was the, 600 was Roman Camel by Elliot Smith. I'm just going through his discography now. Because he has been on the docket for like 2-3 years, and I've just never listened to a full album from him. Even though, like, him showing up, even though he showed up in, like, Good Will Hunting, which, like, that movie fucked me up when I watched it when I was 15. I need to rewatch it. I haven't watched it a second time. How do you play with the game audio and your own music overlapping like that? I just filter out the game audio most of the time. And also, this is, like, the only way I can think of where, like... there's like a game genie code you could use to have no, like, music, but that, because the music is deloaded entirely, it makes the game less laggy than it would be normally. So it's kind of just, like... It's, like, not playing on, like, an unmodified version of the game. It's basically just, like, modifying the game to, like, taper with how it actually plays. Like, if that hack didn't reduce lag by virtue of the music not being loaded, I wouldn't use it. I would use it. And I would just have my own music going. But I don't want the VODs, and I don't want the, actual... And I don't want progress videos to, like, not have any audio at all. Besides my mic, so I just tank it, basically. NES games are so funny, yeah. Why is it doing the debris every single time? Only have it be like one thing of debris. How hard is it? That's the price I paid for Insane Wily 5 play today. It's probably gonna be funny, like, whenever I upload videos where I'm, like, shooting to the music, and the music that I'm shooting to just isn't playing on the actual thing. On, like, the YouTube video, because it's just only there on stream. Like, I'm gonna be in Wily 5 and I'm gonna be shooting to, like, Hono or something. I've said this before, but I'm getting a lot faster Wily 4 to end progress than I thought I would. I thought by now I would have probably only... I thought by now I probably wouldn't even have, like, a deep Wily 5 entry. And also I thought Wily 4 was going to be way harder than this. I don't even know if I would have, like, expected, like a Gemini entry by now, honestly. But, like, definitely not a Gemini pass by now. Like, when I started this. That's the thing with Mega Man no-hits. I have no sense for how hard literally anything in this game, and I have no sense for how hard anything in a non-vanilla, like any like non-vanilla full game no-hit is gonna be, because no one does this. And there's only like a couple people who do it for vanilla anyway. So I am basically just like completely in the dark on how hard anything is, beyond just vibes. And my only frame of reference is Mega Man 1, which is the only one I've done a full game no-hit of. For reference, I'm like, but also I'm like double my Mega Man 2 hour, like, at half of this Mega Man 2 hour count, I already have like Wily 1 to Wily 5, like midway through Wily 5. You put us on hours, estimates. Is Nightbot not working right now? Fuck off. I don't have my own estimate right now. Because I feel like it's gonna change every time something happens. Hold on, does the basic master command work? Okay, basic master command works. I think just the sheet command is weird. Yeah, sheet command is just weird. I'll check that after this attempt. I definitely do remember making an exclamation point sheet command. I don't know why that's the one being weird right now. Nightbot.tv. Dashboard. I just didn't have a sheet command! I swear to God, did I delete it or something? I swear there was an exclamation point sheet command. It's just not a thing! Oh my God. I made a command at some point, I just didn't... I think I just deleted it because I thought it would be, like, useless when I have a basic master command? Okay, it's there now. It should be, It's real! It's becoming 10 lines long. You are the long-windedest person ever. Distant relative of the youngest person ever. Yug. It is what it is. 'Tis what is. I think the session might be winding down a bit. Hacker, you are the oldest person ever? Tell that to Eddie Parrot Dash Chatter, who is like a regular there. They clown me for being a child. Yeah, but I'm not the oldest person ever. I entirely forgot to change that. I just forgot to change that from that was like a projection before I started doing anything. Like that was after day one. Or not, that was before day one actually. That was before I realized yeah. That was before I realized why the 3 actually isn't, like... That was before I realized why the 3 is actually viable. Yep, as of, a couple weeks ago. Everyone is always shocked by this fact. I think it's weird for me because, like, I guess just, like, intellectually, I feel, like, closer to, like, 20s people, and then, like, life skills-wise, I'm just a fucking middle schooler still. So I guess it kind of evens out. Yeah, you're old. We're older womaning. We're older woman emojiing you. It is what it is. You can't stop this in any way. Carrie is literally older than both of them. Who cares? Like, significantly. Carrie is like in her 30s. Famously. Girl who was born in the 1900s. You cannot. Twitch auto emotes are a fucking plague. I want to fucking I want a fucking frowny face without it being the stupid crying frowny face robot image. I want a, like, ASCII frowny face. That's, like, such a different vibe than like, ASCII frowny face. Yeah, if you spam codes beforehand, it's fine, or if you do it the other way around. My strat is, hold on, my strat is just... That's my strat for typing them on Twitch. The fact that you have to do that is Eve. What? Okay, okay. Okay, this is gonna be the last attempt of the session, and then I gotta close up shop for the day. Good timing for having it end anyway. The session is kind of petering out, so it's like, it's fine. What default emote would they even, like, have? What would, like, a colon 30 Twitch default emote even be? Like, what are they, like, going off of? You know? Cat Twitch robot? Who does this benefit? Oh, hold on, let me see. Oh, it's a cheeky piece of shit. That one. I'm on the wrong seat. Why is... Oh, does it? Why was Dystopia just not there? Huh? That's like a reference to the one game. This playlist is like every song that I am like even slightly open to hearing repeatedly while playing video games. That is the basis. This playlist started as like stuff to listen to while grinding SF6 rank, and then it just loomed from there. Like 2.5 years ago. Okay, that's it. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me open my tabs that I would need to open before I actually, okay, hold on. Yeah, let's do sheet stuff. $30-hour session. Okay. 30... What did that say? 1904. 1904. Yes, and it's due to factors. Kill it with hammers. I want that guy banned from this arcade. Famously. Wait, did I write the wrong date for yesterday? Okay, I just wrote the wrong date, unthinkingly. Famously. Oh, I'm stupid. I didn't put in the actual thing. Nope. I gotta copy the actual number text. I keep clicking the what is this grind tab even though I know it's not. Let's need a, okay, equals. Hold on, make it the actual right thickness, please. Yeah, I need to also add the. Yeah, I need to add the fucking thing when I'm. What is anyone doing anything of note right now? Is anything of major significance occurring on Twitch.television? Oh. I guess I have more. I guess I have more viewers than Buddhism. I guess I have more viewers than the guy who made Minus Infinity. I guess that's a thing. I mean, I know what I'm watching, but I don't think anyone here is like invested in OWC. So like, what do? What do? Do I just like raid Shredberg or something? I might raid Shredberg honestly. I feel like raiding some non-Celeste people. I kind of just lurk in his stream though, so it'd be like a bit weird. If I don't find anyone else, I'll just raid Shredberg. Maybe I'll check the Mega Man categories. I wish you could just like check like every category for a series. Okay, I don't feel like looking through all the Mega Man categories. I'm just gonna raid Shredberg, I think. Alright. Nobody fought with Mega Man 2, famously. I kind of wish they had just the, I kind of wish it was like the Pokemon community where everyone just agrees to stream in the most recent games, like, thing, even if they're not playing the most recent game. Anyway, very good session. Very good session. Obviously, you can't really be too mad about any session where you get, like, 2 Wily Florida MPBs, but, like, extra can't be bad when it's, like, on top of a bunch of, like, really good Wily Florida end runs. Like, a lot of stuff that was just getting deep into Wily 5 in general. So, yeah.